Here's how you're finally going to get over your fear of the approach so you stop wasting your life at home and start getting out in the real world where, shocker, all the gorgeous women are, all right? First, I want to talk about the benefits of getting over this fear. For some of you out there, maybe it's just one of those things where it's like, I could do it, but if I had some, liquid courage, a couple of drinks in me, then I'd be fine. Other people, it could be a crippling gunshot wound in the leg where you can't even move, all right? Wherever you are in life, wherever this fear comes from, you have to understand why it's so important to overcome it. I boiled it down. First off, if I really want to, I could come up with 100 reasons, but I boiled it down to three key ones that I want to register with you. Number one, your life is a living Groundhog's Day. You wake up, you shower, you go to work, you come home, you make your meal, you watch that favorite Netflix show, Squid Games or whatever, go to sleep, wake up, go to work, make your meal, watch your Netflix, wake up, go to sleep, go to work. You're living your life on Groundhog's Day. And you don't even realize it until a year, 2 years, a decade goes by. And you look back and you go, what the hell did I do? I took my 2 vacations a year. I have no memories. If you're looking over the last year, right now we're filming this in 2025. If you look at 2024 and you're like, I have no clue, I have no memories of doing anything, then that is a serious problem. Whether it's sexcapades with threesomes or fun hot girls, whether it's traveling around, like myself going to Australia, Tulum, Bahamas, whatever the case might be for you, you need to enjoy yourself and make sure you're not living life on repeat. And one of the best ways to get over this Groundhog's Day effect is getting over that fear to approach, because every time you approach a new girl, hell, or even a guy, you're creating the second part here is opportunities. Right now, you are losing opportunities. You're losing opportunities with your social circle, with connections. Hell, in the middle of filming this, I just met this awesome, great guy, Dustin, whatever, who does public speaking, and we can probably collab on some that only comes from overcoming your fear of approaching and meeting new people. There's literally between this video and the last one that just happened to me. But as you go out and about in the real world, you are going to start approaching people and you're going to get opportunities for more money, opportunities for more relationships, opportunities to just learn about cool things, whether it's about fun events going on in your city or just different value propositions that's going to stop this Groundhog's Day effect. Every time you're not approaching, every time you're just staying in, every time you're in your head wondering what you should be doing, you are losing an opportunity to make your life that much better. And finally, the third big one here is the identity work. What we talked about here, this is very tangible value. This is very out of your head, real world value. But there is an internal thing as well. It annoys the crap out of me. Guy, you don't understand how much this annoys me when people say, listen, I'm not going to get mentorship. I'm not going to start reading these books. I'm not going to go out and start approaching. I'm not going to do any of this because I'm going to work on myself. I'm going to work. You know how to work on yourself? It's not inner work, it's outer work. When you do the outer work, when you actually do things that move the needle in your life, you get opportunities, you overcome that fear and you start approaching people, the outer work, the inner you changes. You are more confident, more charismatic. You are the guy that's not living in fear, not living in scarcity. That's not going to come from meditating under a lotus blossom. That's not going to come from journaling every day your thoughts about how you're doing nothing every day. That's not going to come from long morning walks, sipping coffee, and having some philosophical realization by being more in your head. If you want real inner change, if you want to actually do proper identity work, you got to get over this belief of, oh, I'm working on myself and doing deep inner work, because I don't even know what the fuck that means. Neither do you, honestly, if you're saying it. Are you going to therapy, which that's fine, but like, are you going to hypnotize? Like, what are you talking about with deep inner work? The best work I've ever done to overcome my depression, to get the kind of life that I want, to get the kind of women that I want, to make the kind of money that I want, came from outer work. It came from actually taking action, doing things that I needed to do to move the needle. And because I did those things, my identity, the inner me, changed for the better. All right. So that's a key another message why I want you to go over this fear of the approach. So how do we do it? Step one, we do the MAP system, M-A-P, mindset action processes, and you have to do it in this order. The first thing that needs to change is your mindset. You have to understand that the approaching is a good thing for, well, the 3 reasons I just listed, but you need the right mindset in place. This does not mean, again, you have to sit around for hours or days meditating yourself into a coma. What it does mean is you have to go, how does a successful person see this? If I was a guy that was approaching women and doing all of this, how would I go about doing it? So for number one is understand you have a shitty mindset right now. We're going to change that. So adopt the mindset of a winner. Adopt the mindset of someone who does these things properly. Then the second thing is you're going to take action. But Jared, I don't have a plan. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't give a. You're going to go out and you're going to try anything you can to get over this fear. Maybe it doesn't happen. Maybe you step outside the house and you lock up and you're like, I can't do it. But at least you got out of the house. At least you dressed up, went to approach. I mean, the next time around, you got a little bit better, a little bit better, a little bit better. Because only from taking action can now you adjust your processes. Now can you go, this works or this doesn't work. When you try and adjust processes before action, it's straight up mental masturbation because you don't know what actually works and what doesn't. So this is the order I want you to go in. Get the right mindset to now take the right actions to now form the right processes. And as you keep doing this over and over and over again, you're going to do a behavioral psychological technique called systematic desensitization. What this means is it's going to get easier and easier over time. Now, I can get really nerdy about proper ways of systematic desensitization or flooding or other techniques out there, but you don't need to know all that. You don't need a PhD in nerdology. All you need to understand is go out more, get easier more and more and more you do it. Like anything. It's just getting reps in. If you do push-ups every day, day 30 of doing push-ups will be easier than day 1. That's just how the world works. So all you need to do is get these reps in and keep in the process, keep adjusting the reps so that you're doing it better and better every single time you go out. Now, let's start with mindset action processes here. So this number 2 is our mindset. Here's actions and here's process. I'm doing the hard work for you and then we'll get to number 5. Get that to you in a second, what number 5 is. That's the big one that's going to change all of this, but we'll get to that later. So what is the right mindset? The best mindset I can teach you guys right now is a Taoist philosophy called be, do, have. Be, do, have. This was a game changer for me. They go a lot into this kind of mindset work in Psycho-Cybernetics. Great book, by the way. Kind of mad because everything I learned within their game, I read that book afterwards. I was like, why the did no one tell me to read this back then? So that's why I preach it to everybody. But the ultimate mindset is be, do, have. In Western philosophy, we have this kind of idea that let's say I want to be a millionaire, right? I want to be a millionaire. Well, first, I have to have $1 million. Then I can do cool things like party on yachts and things that millionaires do. And then I can feel and be a millionaire. This is asked backwards. The right mindset is, look, I'm broke, I'm penniless. Let me be a millionaire in my head. Let me be a millionaire in my heart. And then I'm going to do the things a millionaire does. Like, I don't know, grind my ass off, putting systems in place, build a proper business, whatever. And then I get to have $1 million. I get to feel I get that feeling of what it's like to have $1 million. That is the old Taoist philosophy, be, do, have. It really means doing identity work now in terms of I hate to say the phrase fake it till you make it, but it's that kind of mindset of like, let me just act as if. Let me be that person now, and then take on those actions should come naturally. So stop saying you're an introvert. You're an ambivert. Stop saying you have a crippling fear of anxiety or a crippling fear of approaching women. That's the old you. New you doesn't. New you is confident. New you can go up to any woman he wants and talk her brains out, okay? Talk her head off. So what actions are going to back up this new mindset? Well, we need you warming up. Warming up starts before you even leave the house. It means when you're showering, you're talking, you're singing along to your favorite song. It means when you're in line for the bar, you're talking to people online. It means you're not going right off the bat trying to pick women up. Maybe you're approaching women just to be their friends, which, by the way, actually tactically helps you, develops that social circle, right? But so many guys are ignoring the warm-up phase because they're just like, I'm going to go out and I'm going to only approach the hottest girl I see and rip the Band-Aid off that way and somehow magically be good. Except I'm in my head, I'm not warmed up, I don't know what I'm saying, I have mad approach anxiety. But like, I can't tell you, I've done over 1,000, 2,000 boot camps now, and there's always that one aggravating kid in the class that's just like, oh, I'm not gonna approach her, she's not hot enough. That's not what I'm looking for. We're in Vegas and you live in Jersey. All right, like what do you think is gonna happen here? You're not gonna make this girl your wife. This is clearly just for practice. That is the excuse that you just have in your head. You need to get over the ego and you need to warm up. When I was starting off my journey, when I would walk into a bar or any place, I would approach the first girl I saw. I don't care if she's Frumpy Betty. I don't care if she's Big Will Bertha. Whatever she is, I'm going to go up and talk to her, not because I'm trying to sleep with her, not because I'm trying to make her my girlfriend, but because I'm trying to be the social guy that's getting out of my head because I worked all day and I'm in my head and I need to overcome that. You're not going to get over your fear of the approach if you're the guy that just sticks around and like stays on the wallflower, you got a beer in your hand, you're constantly looking at everybody, you're building a momentum for anxiety. You have to overcome it now, and you do the action of warming up. Now, how do we get the best warm up? How do we actually our process now in a way that systematically helps us eliminate that fear? I talked about this in a previous video, but I'm gonna bring it back again. The most of again, I've done oh god, I've done like 8,000 approaches, been doing this for like 2 decades now. The most effective technique that I found to overcome the fear is the ping pong approach. Very simply put, you walk in, again, you're warming up, you walk in, you approach the first girl you see, all right? Rip that band-aid right off. Now that you've already done the approach, maybe you're still feeling the fear, but what I want you to do is as soon as it ends, it could be 2 seconds, it could be 2 hours, I don't really care. But as soon as it ends, you're now going to you have 30 seconds to walk up to the next girl. And I want you to either say it out loud or very loudly in your head 30, 29, 28, 27, 26. And God help you. God Almighty strike you down if you do not approach another girl before you hit that big fat zero. Okay? You have to make sure you approach zero. But what's cool is by counting down your head, you're not coming up with the excuses. Oh, she probably has a boyfriend. Oh, she's not hot enough. Maybe I could find another girl. Or, oh, what's my opener? Meh. Like, instead, you're just thinking about the number. So it doesn't allow you to get too caught up in these erroneous things, these stuff that doesn't really matter. So the ping pong, and you do them maybe 5 times. Your first 5 approaches, there can only be 30 seconds in between the approaches. This ensures you're out, you're doing it, you're moving, you're not taking this lazy. And by the 5th approach, you're going to be God mode. You're going to feel on top of the world. Now, I know what you're saying, but Jared, what do I say? How do I really build the attraction in a high way? I've got your back. In the description to this video right here, there's a link where you can book a call with someone from my team for a free custom game plan, a strategy session that is custom to you. Because let's face it, this is great, but one size does not fit all. Ideally, the ping pong approach works for you, but if it doesn't, or you need some more techniques, you can get that on the call from someone who's gone through all my systems, knows shit inside and out, and can tell you exactly what you need for your game or where the hole is happening. Maybe online, maybe it's social circle, maybe it's just closing. Who knows? I don't know you yet. So if you want that extra help, if you want that boost, click the link in the description. By the way, no, it's not a sales call. I hate that shady stuff. This is just my way of helping you out on a more one-on-one level. So anyway, back to this. So you do the ping pong approach, and you only want 30 seconds in between. By the end of it, you will feel you're on God mode. You can talk to anyone. You're what's called state. The easiest way to not get in state or to get out of state is to be chasing state. This doesn't have you chasing anything. It just has you like, I have to approach the next one. I have to approach the next one. It gets you out of your head and allows you to be very present, very external focused. So this is mindset action processes, but I have another acronym I want you to do. I want you to get mad. At the end of the day, what I just said right here, the ping pong approach, this stuff, this will help get you over that fear for the night. But if you're looking to get over your fear for a lifetime, if you're looking to be like Jared, even if I don't need to warm up. I can just go up and talk to whatever girl I want. How did I get to this level? Why am I still not having to warm up nonstop and constantly remind myself of do have? How come I don't have to keep doing ping pong approach today at my level right now? It's because of MAD. I got MAD. And MAD stands for motivated, accountability, and discipline. In the beginning, right now, hopefully you're watching this and you're motivated. You're like, Jared, that makes sense, man. I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna this fear, I'm gonna make sure I get the right process down. But that's fleeting. You're gonna go to bed, you're gonna wake up, and you're gonna not be motivated anymore. You're gonna be like, man, I don't know if it's for me or if I should, me, right? The motivation goes out the window. So now what you need is accountability. That's why in my VIP program, every one of my students is assigned their own one-on-one accountability coach. Their account manager who makes sure that they're sticking to what they set out for. Motivation is great. Accountability is that next step. Now, do you need an accountability coach? I mean, it helps, but no, you could actually just do it with your wingman. For instance, you could give your wing $200, and every time you do an approach, he gives you $20 back. If it's real extreme, I've done this with my wing before where he gave me his keys. And I'm like, you do not get your keys back until you've done 15 approaches. And then 10 approaches in, he's like, Jared, I need my keys back. It's getting late. I got to go. I'm like, then you better do 5 approaches. He goes, Jared, I'm not playing with you. I need my keys back. I hear you, bro. Luckily, I have nothing to do tomorrow. So I don't get, but you want your keys back. You got to do 5 more approaches. He goes, bro, I'm not playing. Give me my keys back. I'm like, listen, this is going to go down in 2 ways. Either A, you're going to do 5 approaches real fast and get your keys in the next 10 minutes. Or B, we're going to throw hands and one of us is going to get and bloody. But like, you tell me what's the easier path. Because I will die before I give you these keys right now. And it's like, God damn it. And then so now he goes up, approaches 5 girls quickly, and he thanks me at the end of it because I kept him accountable even under pressure. That's the kind of accountability you need in order to succeed. Until you do the actions, do the accountability so often, so many times, now you have discipline. It's not motivation. You don't need a third party. You are just disciplined. It's who you are. This is another reason the discipline is one of the key things that is identity work. You've proven to yourself you are the guy that can do this. You don't without others outside help. You've shown it to yourself. I've done the approaches. I've had the sex. I've had the relationships. I've made the friends. No one can take that away from you at that point. You have now completely proven to yourself, not through wishful thinking, not through The Secret, but through your own actions, that you are the kind of guy that you've always wanted and deserved to be. And that is exactly how I got to where I am today. Old Jared, I had no friends, couldn't get a date to save my life. And now I'm literally here teaching hundreds of thousands of men across the internet, whatever, my methods and what I did in order to get to where I am today. All right. And if you're interested in exactly how I did it for myself, doing thousands of approaches and what I had to go through myself, then check out the next video right here. Because when you click this next video, you're going to see my breakdown on over thousands of approaches that I've done that got me to where I am today, that got me my map, and that got me mad and ultimately got me over my fear of approaching. So click the video right here. I'll see you in the next video.